We should be back, but I have no chat anymore. And I also just lost my chat, honestly. There's no chat anymore. I hope I have still a chat. And so I hope we are back, honestly. I have lost a bit of connection here. But I think I'm live. I see my we are back. I have to watch my chat now via my OBS is just completely fried. I'm sorry. German internet, guys. I'm sorry. I promise it's just German internet. It's nothing you can do. Really. And with that, we are back in the game. My chat is now a bit cooked though. Can I somehow make it that I have still chat? Because my OBS just not showing the chat anymore. A bit unfortunate. I kinda can do it like this, so I'm just seeing the chat. Yeah, it works. Okay. That being said, we are back now. A bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. We are streaming, we are live, we have probably the right title too. I have lost all my viewers though. It is a bit of a paper sad, honestly. What did happen? Oh my god, so peinlich. Embarrassing, I mean. No, I'm immediately. No, never mind. It was just a little leg. That being said, we have not missed much. I think Kakahuta is though getting double kills, so I think we have missed something. Because FX has died, so has Stella. We have missed it because I was losing my internet connection. GG. But it is what it is. That being said, Kites are pushing the advantage here even further. They're not giving up yet on the series. They have definitely still potential to win it too. So let's see if they can get it. Let me see Kakahuti. He's playing his lead strong. He already has an item advantage against Stella. Not really going into the dive because he knows like there's still a flash, there's still an ultimate. In the end, Stella has to use his Vault Ender, but not really important because like there's immediately, Kakahuti just immediately abandons the play because he knows he cannot dive. So gets the World Ender kind of for free because he cannot dive. So let's see. Kites, they have an advantage now. I think they have also I think they have strong shot at winning this game too. Now we see on top lane this time, Stella, he still has flash, but he's just taunted, stunned, and gets away with an E already. He is now used. He still has flash, but there's no way. In the end, he gets downed anyways. He has used his flash, actually. I've just not seen it because I'm blind. And SDM Tigres, they're immediately looking mid here as well. Inoribi sidesteps him though, doesn't even have to flash here. Now they fight backwards here. Nice ultimate from IYBC. Matas will be taken out with it. Another stack here for Inoribi. He tries to snipe with his ultimate, but Fatalix gets away with it. It's like really hard to snipe this. And Kites here, they're bouncing back into the series. 5-0 is the score right now. 3k the gold lead. And the Dragon also secured for them, so really good for them. Really like this. Really good position. For them, it is good to see them back, a bit scared that we would already have a short access for them after getting like 6-0'd in the playoffs, first 3-0 by Kites and then 3-0 by SDM Tigres, but they're finding a way back into the game, into the series too. Hey, don't report me. It is like, I swear it's German internet. And if it's like, it's not necessarily just German internet, it's also like German internet providers, and what techniques they sell, from like routers and stuff, A bit unfortunate. And we see Kites, they're playing really aggressive here right now because they know they're in the lead and they're pushing it really, really good here. Dimitri losing a lot of HP though, so stately. Position can be obtained, but nothing really gained. On the other side, we see Inoribi maybe on the menu. Solarblade is finding, and with that, the Aatrox abilities will be fine too. Viosifex takes the kill, unfortunate, but will maybe die here. I mean, the taunt from Adler is just missing. He goes in now, but he's cannot really doing anything, so he's trying to get as much CC out as possible. Might be enough to at least kill Adler. Kakahuta, though, on the backline is really pushing his lead very deep into the enemy team and gets out of it. 2, Marta's 1 HP, despair. Oh, Dimitri misses it. Cannot find it, but poison IYBC. Finds it, and Dimitri will be dying as well. Maybe Stella has to run now. IYBC is doing so much damage here. Oh, Spare this time connects, and with that, Stella is finding his grave. And the turret here also losing a lot of platings. And just in total, kites are just bouncing back, honestly. Really strong. Finding a way here. They could reverse with this series. We have to see. I'm a bit scared right now, honestly, because my OBS is just completely fried. I just lost the windows where you have chat and stuff. Like, I cannot even, usually there are like, it's just gone. Like, the chat is just gone, bro. Why? Kind of annoying. So, that's fine. Now we see top lane gank here and kites. They're just immediately pushing their lead again. Deadly is dying, and yes, Stella is coming, but he's 1v3 here. Immediately using the world ender. Has backup now. Has a lot of backup here. And kites, they're like walking into the wrong direction. If they're not winning the situation here, that will be really hard. Fatorix uses all his abilities, but in the end, he will die anyways. Kites, they're fighting here on the life's edge, but SDM Tigres, they're losing their HP bars faster. They will lose this fight here. Kites, Adler is so low. Find another town, but let's see. Stella is still alive. He's like doing a great job here for his team, and in Nori he's probably cooked. Never mind. Fights back here. Kites back here. Eurosef X though is taken out as well, and now Stella is in a 1v2, and this she should never win. SDM Tigres. They had him pressure to a wall, but Kites Esports, they have finally woken up tonight. And finally, they find the fight. Stella's still doing a lot of work here. Spare from Dimitri is so perfect. And with that, Kites, they're winning this fight. Yes, they lost a lot of members here in this fight, but in the end, it doesn't matter. They're still getting the better out of it, better position, better everything. So, nice to see from them. Nice to see from them. Also, already having secured 2 dragons, puts them in a very, very big position. Like, having 7k gold lead in an 18-minute mark is like a really, really big achievement for them. So, good to see. Isn't it funny that I made jokes earlier about like Latam production when the in-game sound was going away, and we don't have in-game sound anymore, and then I made fun about it, and then my internet was just going away. Instagram. Bro, what? Inori B is going, huh? His item build, bro? This looks crazy. What is he cooking? Okay, but wait. Can you get, like, if you're playing Senna and you have, like, Hurricane, do you, like, get your souls? Like, if you hit, like, with 1 auto attack, 3 people, because of the balls going AoE, does that give you, on the next auto attack, like, 3 souls? That would be complete crazy. I don't know. We have to look at it. If everyone sees it in chat, then they should speak up. If you ever see Senna, connecting a lot of souls with Hurricane auto attack, then we should be informed about it, because it sounds honestly kind of cool. Kakahute kind of missing his ultimate here, but kind of doesn't matter either. He's just running down Stella. Dimitri is now coming to it. Might actually matter. Kakahute will die, and with that SDM Tigres, they're getting so much HP back. Yes, Adler is now there, and Stella, he cannot get HP back when he's taunted, and cannot out attack Shen because of the W. So in the end, it is still a winning play for Kites here. Even Virus FX has to run now, and Cassiopeia can run him down. Inori B is also there, and actually, yes, he gets this. Holy shit, he can just get triple. Like, the soul getting with the Hurricane looks stupid, by the way. Holy shit. Why has no one bought this earlier, it looks so funny, honestly. Just like, I'm not saying that an item is necessarily good because of it, but, considering how many tank players rush hardstyle, because haha, funny clone goes haha, I kind of don't understand why AD carries buying this item more often on Senna, because this must be so satisfying if you, like, in a team fight, just get, like, crazy amounts of souls because of it. It sounds, like, really fun, honestly. So, That being said, Inoribi, he's not looking for souls anymore. He's looking for this win, by the way, because winning this game is so important for them. If they would lose it, then they would just be out of it immediately. This could be the end of their playoffs run. Right now, they're 7k gold ahead in a 20-minute mark, so it looks really, really good for them. Finally finding a way back here. But they were be ahead earlier. Not that much, but they were ahead SDM Tigres. So far, every time they bounce back. Now we see a bit of over-aggression here. Dimitri uses his flash, but in the end does not get Matas. I mean, it's not over-aggression, you know. They still have a better position for this dragon here. Would be their third one. And another potentially Infernal Soul here. This time though for Kites. They will probably take this third dragon. There's not really much SDM Tigres can do right now. That big of a gold lead, you know, you can see like a lot of champions like... I mean, it's, you know, the item gap right now is not that bad, honestly, you know, considering how much gold they are behind. But it's still a lot of feelable, you know. But Kites, they still have to get it over the finish line here in this game. SDM Tigres, so they have to have a valiant effort if they want to win this game. It is really rough, really hard, honestly. Teleport is now sent it in, so is the ultimate. And, you know, Virus FX is just immediately cooked here. There's no way him getting out here. Pantheon ult into TP here. And it's not just a kill, it is also probably a potential Nash here. You see, it is only 22-minute mark, but Kites, they're putting a lot of emphasis here on this Nash. They're going in teleport now invested from IYBC. Yes, there's vision on it, but it's still hard to contest. Marta still miles away. Deadly now finally teleporting, and they're kind of split too, but Stella is the first one in the fight, and they're kind of turning on him. It's only 3 people, but kind of doesn't matter. He will be died, and Silver ultimate is now used as well. Dimitri though dropping relatively low for it, but I kind of don't think it. You can see again, Martas, he's trying to get in a better position to steal it, but he's now in it, and there's nothing to steal yet. I will be taken out. Chen ultimate is so making Dimitri unkillable here, and with that the Nash is secured, and nearly 9k gold now on the menu for Kites. They're really, really stomping the Tigres right now. This is really good to see. I honestly, I just want to say again, you know, because now it's like, I can be honest with you. I thought, like, all the people saying, yo, SDM Tigres wins this, I was like, huh? Are they, was? How is everyone believing the Tigres are winning? They lost against the Kites roster already in a best of 3. So how are they like, you know, I'm not surprised that like more people believe that the Tigres win, that people that believe that Kites win, but like from the voting of the cast and stuff, I was like, was? Only one person was like believing into the Kites win? Kinda crazy. I'm kind of on the Kites hype train, you know. So far, obviously, this series they look kind of rough, and you know, also like I had to agree with like SDM Tigres, kind of super team, you know. So it was hard to predict, but Kites, they're kind of stomping this game, and I would believe that they can, you know, if they find their way into the series, they can close it out too. There would be a momentum, you know. Getting a reverse hit is still a big task, you know. Even after winning this game, they have to win 2 more games, so it is nothing easy to be done. But so far, they're using their Nash well here, getting a lot of turret, getting a lot of gold too. The mid lane turret is now also bleeding. Inoribi nearly got hit here. If he got hit there, it would be probably deadly for him. I mean, he has cleanse, never mind, what am I saying? He would probably have just avoided anything more. So let's see, the turret is still 1 HP. You see Kakahuto also on the top lane. Now he's in danger, kinda. But I'm not sure if like he's in danger or the 3 people fighting him are in danger. Now the rest of Kites are coming to them, and this could be the end of the game if they're acing them clearly enough. And IYBC and Inoribi coming into the flank, and they're dealing immediately damage. Tons of damage at that. Stella is now also down. Matas tries to find anything here, but will not gain anything. Shen ultimate is now used. Deadly still looking for something, but he's like, you know, there's no mana, and with that they could look for an end here, and they will look for an end here. And with that, Kites, they're bouncing back into the series, honestly. I mean, maybe. Still Martas and Deadly. They could have theoretically find that moment, but Kites are just immediately sending it on the mid laner here, and Deadly is put out, and Martas, he's still full life, but there's nothing really he can do. Also, like Virus to fix, only a support spawning with that. Kites, they're bouncing back into the series, and they make it a 2-for-1 now. Bouncing back and having hope for the reverse sweep here. Nice, nice, nice. Really good position here for them. With that, we will go into a short pause. I will have to try to figure out how you can fix my OBS, because I kind of lost my Twitch title and my Twitch chat and my OBS. It's a bit weird. I'm not sure why. But I have to figure out how to get it back. Yeah. Kids, like, they did so well, no? It was so well. Like, honestly, kind of crazy. I was not, I was kind of not like, okay, yeah, it was good game, you know, but like this, how well they did here was like really good. Regardless of that, we have a series now, and I will send us into a break. Again, I have just to make, figure out how I can fix my OBS and stuff. So I will take a bit earlier break here because I need to figure it out. So be right back.
Ya lo veremos, seguramente le tenemos la información al regresar de esta pequeña pausa con nuestra mesa de análisis, Juliosito y Elmo, así que no se despeguen.
Botana, botanea, con botanera. Botana, botanea, con botanera. Botana, botanea, con botanera.
Tercer encuentro y la escuadra de New Kids on the Block, Julito, se termina llevando la partida 2-1, el marcador, donde ahora sí que sí termina funcionando el counter en la parte superior, le dan un poco más de ventaja.
Okay, I announce my return. I'm still struggling a bit with my OBS. We see the last game's highlights. I think, like, in general, it's like it's crazy game, no? Like, I mean, like, Kites, they had it kind of from the beginning to the end, complete domination, honestly, from them. It was like, you know, SDM Tigres, they couldn't not really find a way into the game. Wherever they thought, they just lost, you know. Even those fights, they look so close, but in the end, they cannot close it out, so they just lose them. I'm still struggling, by the way, with my OBS, so... Yeah, and you are a beginner Twitch user, I'm a beginner Twitch streamer, you know, so I've, like, my OBS just crashed when we had no internet, it just crashed, and it apparently just failed to load the Twitch chat and stuff. Like, it's a bit annoying. But it's fine. No, it's fine. I still have Twitch stuff, chat, but I have to have, like, I have another browser window open for it. It's a bit annoying. I mean, actually, I can maybe make it less annoying for me. Like this. Okay, I could make it a bit less annoying for me. So, I just want to remind everyone you can now use channel points. I know I'm not a big fan of betting talk in this Twitch chat, but you know, can bet channel points on the match. Oh, maybe you can't anymore because it's gone now from my chat. Now I'm confused. Huh? Is the time window just over? Have I just said you can bet and then it's gone immediately? Wait. Oh, wait, what happened? Where does it go? Why do I don't see it anymore? But I have to see it. I have to see it, because if I don't see it, how can I, if I don't see it, how can I tell you who has won? Okay, apparently the time just ran out. Next time I will give more time, I'm sorry. If there's a game 5 or next stream, I will give more time for it. But apparently I just put little time into it, but it's fine. It is definitely fine. Dimitri getting MVP here definitely deserved here, has a great Pantheon game. So, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. I kinda hate, okay, whatever. We don't speak about my Twitch experience. We are speaking about this game now. Dimitri had a fantastic game on the Pantheon, I think. Really made it work. I think, really used his ultimates well, you know, his play on the map really well. He found a lot of crazy catches, crazy picks, you know. Played just clean game, honestly. Really liked it. We have to see, you know, I want to give us a bit of time, honestly. Wait. Let's look at the draft real quick. Like, let's look what is still open, you know? Like, Cassante is still open for top lane. Something like Jace is still open. Garen theoretically is still open with Kakaroto plays. We don't have time anyways. They're just sending us immediately into this again. So this is fine. I just opened this and this. And now we are in our 4th game. SDM Tigres, they're still on match point, but Kites Esports, they have just bounced back into the series, and we already have the overlay, but no one is betting or picking anything. So I don't know. We also have. Okay, now it goes. Let's see, game 4 on the clock. Really, really big game. We won before Silver's raid. Never mind, they baited us. Complete baited. Maybe they had to restart draft, but it gives us time more to look on draft, honestly. Again, if we look here, you know, Cassante is still open. We have something like Sejuani is still open. Elisen is still open. You know, something like this that could be played. Never mind, we're going, hopefully now finally into the draft. Yeah, we also see bans. Six Camille out, Poppy, Leeson, Hawaii out, Galio now taken as well. Let's see what the Tigres first pick. There's still potentially some stuff open, but nothing is really ultimately crazy at the first pick besides Bart. I think Bart first pick, if Virus FX plays it, would be great. Besides that, I don't think there's any crazy first picks. So let's see how it goes. I see. Let's see how it ends. You know, I think like in the jungle department, you could still pick something like Jarvan. Jarvan is still open. It would be also first pick. Yeah, never mind. They're deciding to Jarvan. I thought so because I don't think both of the support does not really seem to be bad players. So it must be said that also both of the supports are role swaps. So kind of makes sense, you know. Adler at the beginning of the split was still a jungler, and Virus FX in the middle of the split was still an AD carry. Now have role swapped. Let's see. Locker open, by the way. Kites decides to pick it, and importantly, like Galio is out. Galio is out. Silas is out. But theoretically, we have seen Ryze being played against it, so Ryze may be an answer here. Leona is also a great pick here right now, because like champions like Leona and Alice are already gone, that are usually really great into her. So I think Kites here, they have a very strong start, honestly, in the draft. Securing two champions that have really no great answer anymore. And Abessa obviously would be a great pick, still open. It's a great blind pick, but not really insane as an answer to anything. But definitely good that they secure it here, because they have to blind pick something, and I think this is a really good one. Now they should probably secure a counter pick to Locker, because if they don't secure counter pick to Locker, they might be in a really rough position. But maybe they also want to answer support, you know, because like there are not much good supports left anymore. So Deadly looking at an Ari here. Ari can be quite well against Locker, because you can just you can put yourself in a position where Locker cannot really engage you, because if he engages you, you just charm, WQ him, and he's like giga cooked. And you know, you're a range champion against a melee champion, you can kind of outbully him in lane. Kites now picking a Garen here for Kakahute. Kakahute is kind of known for Garen. I think Garen is okay in turn Besser. I'm not entirely sure how the matchup goes. I think both champions can win it. No, I remember. When I learned Ambessa, because I'm Youngler, so I, you know, play a lot of Jungle, but I started to just play Ambessa in normal games with friends on top lane. And I have played Garen matchup a lot, and it was always so hard, because normal games always been Garen, and it was unwinnable. Then I googled it, and Google said, yeah, you don't win this shit. So Garen matchup here is really good, and Kakahute also Garen main kinda. So very great pickup. We see an Ashe now banned as well. Ashe is theoretically really good with the champions that are already on SDM Tigres side, because like, you know, more pick, you know, more CC and stuff. Really good. Especially like champions like Locker, you know, Locker really hates to being CC'd. So taking the Ashe away really makes sense. Kiana now taken as well. Kinda crazy pick. Not sure if I would have even liked it, Kiana here. But it's now taken as well. Kazen is also now banned. Nothing much to say. We see Sejuani banned here. Sejuani would be really good here, honestly. So makes sense that she's banned. Karthus? Now this would be crazy. I would know. Oh, okay. Now it's also cool. And Nasus would be good, I think. Would be fine. But Karthus would be completely mind-blowingly crazy. But I don't think we will see it. But Nasus we could see. Nasus is honestly a good champion. Considering what is still open, I would like Nasus much more like something like Xin Zhao. Oh, no! Okay! What is this? Dimitri just picking the Graves. Okay. Give me a jump scare with the Xin Zhao. I thought like, no, we're getting Xin Zhao. This champion is so boring. But then decides to spice up here. Crazy time with the Graves, honestly. I'm not sure if I like Graves that much. We have seen Graves a bit played in LATAM. Like, some players have picked it, but I have never watched a game of it. I always have casted the other side. So I've never ever seen Graves this split, even though he was picked like 1-2 times. So we have to see what Dimitri can do with it. On the other side, Jinx now secured. With Thresh would be crazy. Thresh not bad because you can cancel the rail engage and stuff. But apparently SDM Tigres, they're still thinking about it. What they exactly want here. Seems to be more like a Brom, and deciding to pick Brom here, definitely not a bad pick either. Liking where they are going. The Jinx could be theoretically really vulnerable, you know? She's like an easy target for champions like Locke and Graves, but you still have to, you know, there's still a Brom, you know, there's still a lot of CC too, you know, so it's like not completely easy, but I think Fatalix has to play out of his mind here to have a really good game. Let's see how Kites are answering it. They're answering it with an hyper carry of their own, picking the Zeri here. Now let's think about whose draft I like more. The thing is, I think like Locke is crazy champion still. I like the Garen pick here. I think Rel is like the... But Braum is okay, you know? You're not the commentator. No, I'm not a guy, actually. And I have also a bit of better fashion sense. I wanna say at least. My fashion sense is a bit better. Nothing against the casters, though. They look beautiful in their own ways. So, let's see. I'm only co-streaming this. This is an official co-stream, but it is only a co-stream. That being said, again, the draft is finished. Like, the thing is, I can see both teams winning. You know, it's like, they're like, I think like Ari Jarvan is like so easy to play. And I think like Graves, Locke, they're not easy to play. You know, they are like, they're dealing a shit tons of damage and they can play crazy aggressively forward, but you have to execute it. If you're not executing it correctly, it's hitting duck. You have no means of defending yourself besides like dealing damage. So, and being like quite mobile. But like no CC for them own. Like the only CC, major CC is Adler and Rel. You know? So, that being said, this game is, you know, Kite's still with the wall at their back, you know? They're still at match point, they're still or like SDM Tigres is still at match point and they're like still behind on it. And considering how they drafted, like Kites, you know, they're throwing everything at the kitchen sink now. It is again an assassin game for IYBC, you know. Before, even in the past, I have seen someone in chat criticizing IYBC's champion pool so far. But you know, doesn't matter. IYBC just says, okay, you criticizing my champion pool? I don't care. Just pick the crazy champions, you know? Like in the Akali game, someone said, yeah, IYBC doesn't look good, and IYBC immediately gets a triple kill. I mean, they lost the game, you know, doesn't matter. Well, it's a cool triple kill, you know? So, let's see. Let's see. We have to wait a bit more. The game should start any moment. There seems to be a bit of a slight delay. Maybe someone has failed, you know, or not someone, but maybe the client has failed. Yesterday we had also delays, like 3v team had like issues. First of all, their support was, I think that the issue was their support was just not, their support had issues because of something. I don't know what Kita was facing, but he couldn't be there for the first game. It just delayed him. But I also watched into Zay's stream and it was like Zay's could not connect to the lobby. You know, it was classic Riot Games fashion. He could not be invited. He could not find the lobby. He could not use tournament code. And then when he was finally in the lobby, it was still like bugged. He was not coming into the champion select when they started. So yeah. A bit of a weird stuff, so maybe we'll have more tournament. I'm not sure if they play tournament realm, but I would assume they play tournament realm. They must play tournament realm. Never mind. Yeah, they play tournament realm. But tournament realm is still, you know, it's not bug free. Honestly, I think tournament realm is such an interesting feature of the game, because tournament realm is like, on tournament realm you kind of have like, you can have friends with everyone. You can be friends with everyone, even if they're like in China, Korea, whatever. And you can also see like custom games. And we have seen, like yesterday, I've seen when Zelt streamed and I was in his POV, we could see that Gam Esports was screaming BLG like what? Crazy. But enough of that. We are going into game 4 here. SDM Tigres, they're still on match point. They have a much easier time to win this game, theoretically speaking. practically, let's see how it goes. You know, I think as like Kite's Esports, they have put the draft on. That's really hard to to predict. I think they will either win or they will lose. It sounds stupid, but you kind of get what I mean, you know. Like if you look like at champions like Graves, you know, like Locke, like Garen, you know, if you like see how little CC they have, you know. Sorry, I drink something. And they will either like stomp, you know, either like Locke Graves, they will go completely Goomba stomping, or they will be like kind of struggling to get in. Because like there's not CC from SDM Tigres. I think individually though, I think Kite's Ross, like, you know, Kite's champions, like, I think I like Locke a lot, you know, I like the Garen against her better, you know, so I think, like, those picks, they are good, you know. I just think, like, with having, like, Graves now, so little CC2, it can be, really hard to play and finish, so we have to see how it goes. Definitely there's potential, but we have to see how it goes. We see Abessa still winning here in the early sides. I think as soon as Garen gets some steam in the tank, you know, this game is like the lane is really winnable for him. But like on the early levels, like Abessa just has more tools, you know. Her abilities, like her Q, for example, is just 2 abilities. So it's really hard to play out. In the early levels. I think at one point, you know, Kagauta, you know, there's just more tools in the tank, and now we see already the mid lane matchup. Deadly still loses the trade here, kinda. I said, you know, probably it's like easy for him to play because he can just use his charm, but maybe he missed it or something. Because this trade he really lost. And now both mid laners needs to be careful because they're in lethal range of each other. If a charm hits or a charm, you know, IYBC finds an angle where he's not getting charmed, then there will be an easy point of winning. So yeah. Interestingly enough, we don't see anything from Dimitri yet. Grave is a champion. You know, I'm not entirely sure how the high elo, the challenger Graves gameplay goes. Because like there are 2 ways of playing Graves: hyper aggressive or full clear as fuck. Why is that? Because like you can play hyper aggressive because Graves is just very strong. His champion is just giga strong. You can see, you know, you can dash over walls, you know, pretty easily. You have like a lot of burst damage and stuff. But you can also just like turbo full clear and scale because this champion also scales. It's like scaling early game champion, honestly. And now we see Dimitri could look here into the bot lane, but don't really find an angle yet. Even though the bot lane of SDM Tigres, they play quite aggressively, but it's not like, you know, while Dimitri is strong early game, it's always hard to gank lanes because you can, you know, his auto attacks are not going through minions, you know, so you can hide behind them, what makes it relatively easier to avoid Graves. So we have to see. Besides that, we see no major leads, you know. Jinx has like a farm lead here. It is to be, I don't think it is to be expected, honestly. I'm not sure what Inoribi is doing here. But it's also hard to say because we don't see Jinx. We have seen some Zeris, but we have really not seen some Jinx. I think Jinx, honestly, I like Jinx a lot here. As a champion just. Because I think, like, she seems to do fine in lane. And if she's, like, actually winning the lane, then, if she's actually winning the lane, then it's, like, really strong pick. IWBC is, like, really, you know, really getting put out of pressure. He had to reset immediately, just teleported to lane, get to push one lane, get put out into the base again. So the Locker, but I like him as a champion, you know. He's not OP as he was on release, you know, got like 2 nerfs. And also like pro players have now figured out to play against it. And like this matchup is really hard to play for him, you know. Always when he wants to go forward, Ari will charm him. So as long as IYBC you know, as long as Deadly, I mean, as long as Deadly is holding the charm, you know, there's nothing much that can be done. So, let's see. We see Dimitri now also on a dragon here, but there is, you know, SDM Tigres, they at least know it, and they're not in a bad position either. Level 6 from both mid laners here is secured. It's the only level 6. Needs to be careful though, because if IYBC gets one reset here, this could be deadly. Oh, and he gets the first reset here now. Can he get another one? Charm is flying in, hits Dimitri. Dimitri dropping a lot of HP here, and the reset of IYBC cannot really use offensively. He has to use defensively. And there are not more spells to kill more, but SDM Tigres are just finding the lead here. Dragon is not be slain, and SDM Tigres, they're finding a better position. Just because, like, the ultimate of Ari is, like, far better than the ultimate of Locke in this situation here, because yes, Locke ultimate is not weak, don't get me wrong. Yes, you get your resets, you know, after you kill the first target. But the thing is, yes, you kill the first target, Brom is dead, but then everyone else is full life. So you cannot kill another target and get another reset. So you have to use your reset defensively anyways. And Ari just doesn't care because she has like 3 ultimates, so she just follows you anyways, even though you had a reset. No big deal here, and this puts the Tigres in a good position. Now Stella has to be careful here. He is relatively mobile on Nambessa, so he could try to get away. He fails his ultimate, though immediately has to use flash, gets stunned anyways. Combos hitting. Now the silence of Garen is coming, but the dash still got out, so Kakahuta might be dying to turret, but no, W is saving him. And with that, Kite bounces back here. Important for them. Really important for them, so nice to see. Their game is staying close. Both teams trading blow for blow here in the early game. And we have to see how it really continue. Again, it is a very interesting game because we have like a lot of like Kite's Esports, their combination of champions like really do or die, you know? Either you win or you lose. There is kind of no in between because they have like little CC, little engage. They have just like, you know, they have kind of 2 assassins with Graves and Locker. You know, then they have like a Juggernaut, like Garen, that is basically a Bruiser, but a Bruiser without CC. It's like, you know, and then they have a Hyper Carry on Zeri too, you know, so. On the other side, we have Fatalix on Jinx, you know, it's also kind of interesting. Already a bit ahead here. Quite a bit ahead here after getting first blood. So, will be interesting to see what he can put to the table, honestly. Really like. I think, again, SDM Tigres, there's like, they have good Twitter game, honestly. They have like, I like their trick, like the jersey that they have is like really S-tier jersey, honestly. I think their logo, like their logo is S-tier logo as well. And I think like the pictures that they have, like the picture game on, you know, you have to, if you look on their Twitter, and you see like how many good pictures they have there, it is like, wow, honestly. It is honestly just really well put into fashion. I've posted it earlier, the Twitter link, but it's already gone. We don't see it anymore. Maybe I can figure it out. A bit rough. Wait. If you look on their Twitter, it's like complete cinema. Like they have so many good pictures of their players. It's like I think from the match teasers and stuff that they have, SDM Tigres definitely complete S-tier org in Latam. Like the pictures, they look so clean, so professional too. Like if you look at the pictures like they use for like the you know, for the match announcement and stuff, this could be a tier 1 org, you know. If you would tell me that SDM Tigres is playing LCS, you know, because LCS is a 10-team region again, I would say, yeah, okay, makes sense. You know, definitely putting in effort. Quite like to see that, honestly. I'm honestly kind of questioning if you can buy the jersey. You know, jersey's looking really good. Now we see top lane. Kakahuta is already dropping a lot of HP here. And there's no way for him out. Oh, the charm connects deadly. Just gets another kill here. And with that, blow for blow traded. The lead is equalized now. Both teams basically dead even. And we have to see who can put it in. If Kites cannot win this game, they're out of playoffs. They're out for the whole year. This would be the last game. They played the entire year. So definitely not a fate you would want to have, but might just be the fate they will face. Let's see, let's see. The dragon is alive, so I would assume that they will have soon action around it. But Kites, they cannot play as a... I think the issue is here right now with Kites, they really cannot play as aggressive as they maybe want to with their aggressive champions. Because they're just missing the setup. And look, Dimitri item, he has hubris. Oh my god, he's just really saying, yeah, I'm carrying or I'm looting Giga uses. I will either 1v9 or I will be the or we are losing. It's kind of funny, honestly. It's like really a statement to it's a statement to Dimitri's trust in himself, I wanna say. You know, he's sitting here and saying, yeah, I'm winning this. I don't care what the others say. I don't wanna know what the others say. Putting a lot of pressure on himself too. I mean, maybe that's something that his team needed too, you know? I think while players like Kakahute and IYBC, you know, they played for a while in Tier 2. Dimitri is like an international player. You know, he has played international events. He's played in Tier 1. You know, he is really the veteran of this team. Like, not just a veteran in playing for a long time, but also veteran in the same, like, in the LATAM scene, because like LATAM was a Tier 1 region, you know, back in the day LATAM was 2 Tier 1 regions, and then there were only 1 Tier 1 region, and now we have nothing. We have only Tier 2, and like you know, we have like, I mean, like, to be fair, we still have like Lion as an organization that is doing a bit well, you could say, in international events, so there's still some good LATAM happening, you know. Also, Jose de Yodo, for example, having great performance internationally too. So that being said, you know, Dimitri is still one of the old guard of the old LLA Tier 1 region days. So him, like, you know, if you say it like this, Dimitri is not just saying, hey, I'm carrying this game, but it's also like saying to his teammates that are definitely like more inexperienced than him, that say, hey, you can trust on me, I will do it, you know? I will, you can count on me. I will just go 1v9 if we need me to go 1v9. So maybe this takes a bit of pressure away from the other members at Kites. I think especially Inoribi. I'm obviously just spinning, like, you know, narratives in my head right now, but I have here that, like, I watched a lot of LEC casts in the past, you know, so spinning pointless narratives in my head is like my view of good casting, guys. But you know, if you like look at from this perspective, you know, maybe Inoribi was like really hyped AD carry. Like, I think Inoribi like performed so many games so good. He was so crazy. In this series, he kind of looked like out of it, honestly. Like especially the first 2 games, he played like really bad. So this could just be like, you know, maybe a response to that. Dimitri just saying, hey, you don't have to hard carry. I can do it, you know. You can play a bit more laid back, you know, play the Zeri, just scale and it's fine. And I will carry us too there. Despite me yapping, though, nothing really is happening right now. We see Kakahute again finding a 1v1. This Ambessa is playing better than me, I must say, you know. Stella definitely has more fun against Garen than I had, and like a lot of other Ambessa mains have against Garen. But he needs to be careful anyways. The dive is coming. Matas is there, kind of canceling the dive out here. Kites, I know they cannot really send it in if Matas is there. And with that being said, I'm kind of questioning Dimitri having the hubris, you know. Is hubris really an item that you should buy? If you're not getting any kills. Oh, the bot lane dive is anyways happening now. Stella, he was fine, and now first stacks should go in here for Dimitri, getting his first stack. And let's see how the game continues. Let's see how the game continues. Jinx Rocket is now used, but cannot really gain anything. They wanted to cancel here the backport of Dimitri to secure the topside objective they are going right now for the Harald. I still think they're in the best position they could be for it, you know. So SDM Tigres, they should get it here. You know, Dimitri is too far away. It's not, no way he's getting here, but still, I think Patrick's nice idea of using the Ying socket, even though he missed anyways. Now let's see, you know, I think it's like interesting to see, honestly, how, well, what, you know, again, Dimitri, you know, he's a 1.1k gold ahead right now. He's like really, really leading his team. But on the other side is Jarvan. You know, it's not like Jarvan needs all that gold. You know, it's like also not. It's not like that Matas is bad in the game. You know, Matas is still strong. You know, so I have to see how this will turn out in the end. Everyone is kind of fine in the game. You know, we see the first items are all finished. The people they are racing right now for their second items. Some people are really close to it. I would say both AD carries are reasonably close to their second item. They're also kind of going the same item build. If you look like they have literally the same item build. Everything is same rune, same like boot, same first item, same like part items, like in the same position too. Like they're just copying each other. But now Patrick's finishing this Hurricane, so he has definitely an item advantage now. Let's see what Inoribi is buying. Maybe he will also go for the Hurricane, but technically could also go for he really could also go for Phantom Dancer, now Deadly. He's in a position here where he's fighting, but he's fighting well. Dimitri's nice flash here gets him probably away, but there's still a turret here. So Matas using Harald here? A bit confusing. IYBC is going in, not really getting anything. Flash forward now from the Braum. IYBC has to go golden. Stella has missed his ultimate, by the way. Now the Harald is going in. First knockup. Jinx Resucks coming in. Dimitri gets knocked up as well. The second Jinx Reset has to be used now to run away from Kakahuta as well. But Kakahuta, you know, he's kind of in a 1v5. And his ultimate will not be enough to execute. He might be getting away though, so at least that, but no. Charm is missed here, but doesn't matter. Kakahuta is still 1 HP. Oh my god, other class also getting away with it. So SDM Tigres, they definitely could have gotten more here. It's just very close for them. And in the end, still a winning play here for them. I think Heights Esports, they're just a bit too deep here. They're trying too hard, honestly, and Deadly. Yeah, you know, you nearly killed Deadly. I mean, okay, cool, but like, it's not like that. Deadly is an Ari with like 3 dashes. So, in the end, Deadly didn't die. And he also did quite a lot of damage to the members, like to Dimitri and IYBC. So, we see now Black Cleaver finished for Dimitri. It is his second item. Definitely, I think more of an item I would have expected from the beginning here. Dimitri's going in. His damage is kind of demonic, but he had to reload, what kind of stopped him from killing Matas. And with that, it's also like, you know, while the damage of like Dimitri here in this situation looked really demonic, it is just because he could stand in front of Matas and auto-attack him. But let's be real, you know, against like Ari, Braum, Jarvan, Ambessa, it's not like you will find a lot of windows where you can auto-attack someone in melee range, you know, on the Graves. Because if he will do that, he will just get blown away. So Dimitri's lead always also a bit swinding away. Yeah, let's see. Still Kites, they're still slightly in the gold lead. I think you have also a fine game for Kakahuta. It's also now deciding to go lethality here. Probably Yumo's ghost play to run even faster at their opponents. I mean, you could also go, theoretically speaking, like Edge of Night, you know? It's also not that bad, honestly, in this game. But I would just think not, because like, even though it's not that bad, it is still too easy to proc. You know, a Braum Q would proc it, you know, an RAW, you know, there are 2 easy ways to get it away. So I think it will be probably not a lethality item like the Ghost Blade. I could also see Shadowglaive. Shadowglaive is also an item you could go, because I think Kakahuta can play fantastically around bushes, you know, just sitting in Fog of War and then running at their opponent and killing them. So those are the 2 items you're probably looking at again. I mean, in the end, you could also be collectoring, you know, but I think collector would be not the best item you could buy. I mean, maybe it just goes crit Garen, but and then like goes full crit. You know, if he goes full crit, then maybe collector. But if he's not going full crit, then I would really don't like that. So let's see. Both teams, you know, they're still fighting blow for blow. It is basically that even. There's nothing crazy happening right now. game is so close here and really interesting as well because the comps are just so crazy. But I like, you know, Dimitri, he's not getting the lead yet that I would want him to have, so we have to see. Kinds now they're taking the position here aggressively. There's nothing to fight around for right now, but getting deep vision is actually that's what they need. You know, they need deep vision to catch members off guard. Yes, Grave has a lot of burst damage. IYBC has a lot of burst damage. Yes, but they have to find isolated members, else it's a bit hard, you know, with all the peel here. And I think the game might just be easier to play for SDM Tigres in the end. Let's see. Good game from Deadly and Fatorix here so far. Let's see how it goes. Honestly, Edge of Night, not Edge of Night, Serpent's Fang here for the Garen. Yeah, Serpent's Fang also makes a lot of sense, like considering you play against Ambessa with Eclipse, you know? So having Serpent's Fang is like really a lot of value for the side lane, makes it for Kakaute probably pretty easy to win this. Also, Ambessa kinda looks like she wants to go Sterex Gage next. So, even another item that is Serpent's Fang is crazy value against. Besides it, it's not really finding damage, but now SDM Tigres, they're looking forward. Dimitri is still alive. He gets away with it. For now, only has to use his flash and his ultimate. And they're still losing topside turret, so the Tigres, they're pushing really hard in. They're looking to find themselves an advantage, and now Martas goes under turret. Rocket will succeed here, and now IYBC has to run away as well, but Deadly is looking forward. Flash is not connecting here any lethal way. But still, the Tigres, you know, they're finding here great success, getting a turret, getting a lot of kills, but on the sideline we also see Kakahute. You know, his item build is perfectly tinkered around this Ambessa. And he uses this well to just push, and keeps Kyle still in the gold lead, even though it's like really tiny now. But it's you know, still keeps him in. But now SDM Tigres, they say, hey, you know, if we cannot win side lane, why not just go Nash? It is a tough position here because, like, yes, Dimitri isn't there, but Kakahut is so strong. And IYBC, you know, Virus FX is like 1 HP, you know. So in the end, SDM Tigres, they have to walk away. Not getting punished for it either, so it's okay. You know. They're getting punished for it. Inoribi just taking the mid lane to it now. Good position for him. Jinx has finished her third item now, by the way, the Infinity Edge. She's like really strong. And now Kites, they try it. And like Dimitri, you see, like his damage at this objective is like really rough. Oh, illegal pause! Illegal pausing in Aye. We're pausing. And by the way, the pause happened after the trinket was placed. So like, honestly, if like S-Team Tigres has paused here, this is like illegal, by the way. Like, it's not actually illegal, but like, you know, just that they pause immediately after putting down the trinket is giving them like, it's giving them such an advantage here because they now have like time to think about the situation a lot more than they would usually have. So Kites, they can already like, you know, they have to sweat now in this position. We still don't know who has paused, so we still don't know who has paused, so it is Kites Esports that paused. So this is honestly, must be said now, this is unlucky for this is so unlucky for them that they have just paused the second after the blue trinket was put in. If they just found the pause a bit earlier, then, you know. You know, if they just have paused like a second earlier, then, you know, then maybe, you know, then them Tigres, they would just not know if they had Nash. Yes, they could have think, yeah, maybe they had Nash, but they could also think, yeah, but they have paused. Maybe someone is actually AFK and they're not at Nash, you know? So, but yeah. Let's see. We have to wait. Waiting is our game. We have to win.
No lo voy a dejar en paz. No lo voy a dejar en paz porque al final lo quiero mucho y así
Again, this game is like really like.
no, grande.
I see here someone in chat like
Un aspecto muy relajado, o sea, entienden de que si la partida
like Kenny77 is like really sure that Kites will win. I'm not yet sure because look at Dimitri. He's playing Graves. He's 0-3. He's like hubris in his inventory. So far he has not Goomba stomped the enemy. No, we're going back into the game. We're going back into the game. SDM Tigres, they have the easier combo, I think. And now let's see what they're doing. Dimitri, Kites, they have to cancel this Nash now. SDM Tigres had too much time thinking about what to do, and they know that, you know, they will be with a fierce results would have fighted them. They still have a lot of resets in here, so we could see a mid lane push, but they're deciding to go for Dragon, so this is fine. So, I mean, it's still, if they get Dragon here, it's still an advantage for them, but they're still taking their time for the position. They were also not sure if, like, they're fully stopped Dragon. We have seen Fatorix has Jinx ulted the pit. As we don't have seen, but we have seen on minimap that Fatorix has Jinx ulted the pit here to make sure that Kites really has reset it. And with that information, they take the Dragon now. Takahute also on his side lane again. Like, you know, he's pushing on side lane again. He's taking more time. Fight is breaking a bit out. Nothing too major. Brom ultimate was used here, but Adlercast can get away. He has flash, I think, though. Has Hex Flash now, though, and he's in a perfect position to Hex Flash, too. So it will be interesting to see what happens next. Game is still basically could be decided by a coin flip right now. But I think the longer the game goes, I think it's easier to win here just for the side of the Tigres. Yes, Grace, you know, like all those champions, they're doing so much, yes, but I do not think that they can really do much. Why does the caster sound German? I don't know. Maybe she is from Germany. Might be the reason. But I'm not sure. I don't know her. Let's see. Game is a bit in a, like, you know, it is like the, it is a bit like the calm before the storm here. Both teams, they're like, you know, they're looking at each other with like full like tense. The situations are tense, but nothing really is happening right now. Both teams, they're just pushing waves back and forth, you know, looking for a mistake here. I think especially for Kites, it's really hard. Like, yes, they're a bit ahead, you know, but it's really hard for them to push in, you know. They cannot just do something because they just have so little CC. I mean, if Adler finds a miracle Penta knocker into Q, you know, then maybe, but, you know, it's like not that you can just do that. So, let's see. Same Tigres, they're pushing in mid now. This turret losing a lot of damage. Let's see. Stella has to run here. We see Kakahute is like just so much stronger here. His item build is just completely double-gapping Stella. Like with the Serpent's Fang, you know, it's unplayable for her. I mean, she's also 2k gold behind, but item-wise it's still okay-ish. You know, but it doesn't matter. The Garen is just so strong here on the side lane. This push is always like, you know, this is like, I think like the fights are so much easier to play for SDM Tigres, but considering their side lane is so much stronger, you know, there's still a winning condition. IYBC has to run here. Jinx ultimate connects, Fatorix! Nice snipe, he takes it out. Gets an easy 4th kill here and putting himself on a strong position as well. They cannot really use this reset though, but it's understandable. And we also see on the side lane, you know, it's always so hard, you know. It is so hard to hold this Garen in, like, you know, in Germany we would say in chess, you know, hold this Garen in chess. Now you think that makes no sense, and I would say yeah, but you have to figure it out yourself. Let's see it again. Here we see this nice snipe from Fatorix here. Think like, it's not like IYBC wouldn't have died anyways, but it's just a nice snipe here from Fatorix on the Jinx. obviously. We also have like next dragon in 130, but again, it's like a dragon that doesn't really matter. It's only third dragon for SDM Tigres, so it would not be mattering at all. It would be a second for Kai. It's even less important. And it's also a single ocean dragon, so, you know, it is really not important. Why don't pro play Katarina mid lane? I can explain you that, because Katarina is too vulnerable. Katarina is just really too vulnerable. There are some Katarina mains in like tier 2, tier 3 teams that sometimes play her, but for Katarina to be okay in a draft, it must be the perfect Katarina draft. Like, you know, it's like really hard to pick her in a competitive environment and then have a good game on her, because you know, you're just so vulnerable to like CC and like just in general, just CC. You know, in a competitive teams like play really coordinated usually. Even like if you like see like Kites against SDM Tigres, and you would say, yeah, but some of their finds are like all over the place, but they still have like all the tools to stop a Katarina, even if they don't play it perfectly. They play it better than solo queue, and that is all that matters to make Katarina basically unviable in a competitive scenario. I think if we would like say, if Katarina would be a great champion into Locker, then I actually would think like this game, Tigres could have picked her. But also, considering when Ari was picked, I'm not sure, like Ari was picked before ADC and top lane was picked. So, you know, on top lane, he could still have picked something that's crazy good against Katarina. And I think Garen is already quite good with his silence on Q on Katarina. So maybe it's even like, even this game, even though Kites have really little CC, it might be still a game where Katarina might be just really hard to play anyways. The more I think about, the worse it gets, actually. So yeah, sadly Katarina is just too volatile, too vulnerable to be viable. And we see the Tigres, they're deciding to go for the third dragon here. On the other side, Kites, they're going for the Nash. And they have quite fast Nash damage with Dimitri and Inoribi being like 280 carries. But SDM Tigres, yeah, they're doing the dragon, but they're also quite close. But they cannot really go in here. They will get flanked here. SDM Tigres. Patrick has to immediately flash here. Kakahute finds his mark here. Oh no, he's immediately dead. Nash is now secured. And yes, Dragon is secured, but SDM Tigres, why are you trying to contest this? In the end, you only lose Jinx, you know, it's not the end of the world. But it's not just Jinx dies, you know, she also loses both summoner spells for display. What was like, you don't have your jungler anyways, you know, how are you winning this? How did the Tigres fought? Yeah, we win this. We win this 4v5 without jungle, yeah, easy. Honestly, crazy. Like, and they're gold behind anyways. It's not like they weren't like giga ahead or something. They were gold behind anyways when they started this play. So, yeah, SDM Tigres, they made this game much harder now than it already was for them. Funnily enough, Dimitri still got nothing out of this. He's still 0-3-0. So that is kind of funny because especially like, you know, he has the Hubris. Hubris is an item that, you know, Hubris is an item, gives you more AD after a kill. You know, after you kill someone, you get like 15 AD. But you also, the amount of AD you get, it gets increased for every kill and assist you have. So, after you bought the item. So, yeah, Dimitri did not really get any kills or assists after he bought that item, so it is not really putting much value. That's also why it's called Hubris, by the way. You know, because you have to Hubris to buy an item that is like, you know, have to winning. Dimitri's going forward here, but what is he doing? Dimitri just gets fined immediately, but he's not dead. Now he finally dies. Fatorix has to play it still very safe. Even he got the reset. He has to be completely careful. It gets taken out here by the locker as well. In the end, it was like Dimitri stepping too far forward, but Fatorix still cannot play the fight. He just cannot fight it. And Kites, they just might win this game on this, actually. Only 2 members away, alive, Stella and Deadly. There's like this, maybe like the strongest members of the team, so maybe they can find a win, you know, maybe they can find a way back to the game. But it just looks so tough here. Adler might be dying, but it doesn't matter. Even if Adler dies, in the end, IYBC just gets another kill. GGVP, we are going into game 5. Isn't that nice? Isn't that giga epic and nice? I will go to the toilet real quick. I I will go to the toilet really quick, and then we have, then I will bump you into the silver scrapes. Be right back, it's game 5. We will see epic best of 5. We are really soon there, but I just go to the toilet and get some more water. Be right back.
Y con todo el daño que ya había hecho Cacahuate, prácticamente barre con esa pelea por equipos. O sea, se llevaron 3 asesinatos gratuitos sin problema. ¿Y cómo? Patorix, es cierto que había conseguido la eliminación de Dimitri, pero no se puede acercar. En cuanto se acerque, el Garen le va a pasar por encima, como ya lo hizo previo a ese Barón Nashor. Así que esto es una partida que nos manda a la larga, nos manda al quinto mapa, nos manda a que todo se defina en un solo draft. Se había venido trabajando bien con SDM Tigres, Adniel lo había hecho maravillosamente en los primeros 2 mapas, pero es ahí donde viene el cambio de parte de Nano y empieza a inventar, empieza a recrear el meta y nos vamos a un quinto mapa. Nosotros, mi estimado Koala, iremos a una pequeña pausa y regresaremos con nuestra mesa de análisis, Juliustito y él.
Odi que lanza la paranoia para frenar la visual para entrar de manera establecida. Estos se complementan súper bien.
500 que tiene de vida. El smite es perfecto por parte de Udi. Barón Nashi para el equipo de fuego.
La pelea es cada vez más complicada y el norte está más vivo que nunca.
Sau se encontraba también el German. No se puede mover, Dios santo, quedó pegado al piso.
La competencia se ha vuelto feroz. El Hard Fearless Draft ha profundizado las estrategias, nivelado el campo de juego y eliminado el margen de error para los favoritos.
Esta es la gran final.
Latinoamérica Norte ya no es una región de un solo equipo. Los equipos de renombre como Fuego o SDM Tigres caen contra proyectos con fuerza y pasión, como G3V Esports.
La escuadra colombiana se pone por que viene a enseñarse de una u otra manera.
La guerra regional se ha forjado en la liga y el epicentro del talento está aquí. No te pierdas ni un segundo de esta evolución. De la mano del Gato, patrocinador oficial de las ligas regionales y nuestros talentos de la liga, estaremos viviéndolo en primera fila. Te vemos por allá, Invocador, por los canales de LOL e Isla Tam.
Yo! And with that, I want to announce my return to this epic series. We have a best of 5 and we're in the, like, we are close to getting into the fifth game here. Kites Esports, they are trying to reverse sweep right now. Isn't that hype? Can Kites win? This is a great question. We should have we should start a vote. Wait. Okay, for the next 2 minutes. Yeah, for the next 2 minutes. For the next 2 minutes, you can vote now. You can now vote onto, like, with channel points. You cannot get anything with channel points, by the way. I mean, I think you can, like, you make your messages glow. But I don't have any other rewards. It's not like I'm thinking about like adding like emotes that you could get with it. You know, that would be kind of funny, I think. But nonetheless, you cannot really get anything with channel points besides having them. So might as well just spend them on the thing here. I think I also have in it that you can 1v1 me, but it's like, bro, I'm it has so little to do with what we are doing here that I don't think it is like worth anything. Besides that, you know. Yeah, Momo, you have missed. You have missed the potentially reverse sweep. Here we see highlights of the last game. I think Kites said, like, I don't really like the combo that they had anyways. But in the end, they just, you know, Fatorix, you know, there was one situation at Nash before this play that was shown right now. Where they like 4v5 tried to contest Nash completely unexplainable for me why they tried to do that in the first place. And that costed Fatorix's flash. And without flash, he couldn't play the last fight. Even though they killed Dimitri first, you know? Fatorix could just not play the fight anymore because he had no flash and he had to walk. He had to, like, you know, all that he did in the last team fight was throw rocket, and that was it. You know, you throw the rocket and he stood super far behind because was scared to step up and auto attack because like IRBC could just one-shot him on the locker, and then he stepped up once and he immediately get blown and is dead because he has no flash. If he has flash there, then IRBC does not get reset and he can maybe kill him with his own reset and just then swipe the fight. But Fatorix crucially has lost his flash just before but in the end you know, ended the game for them, kinda. The Garen also was too OP. Yeah, I agree. Kakahuta on the Garen had complete Giga dominance. Even though I think the team comp of Kites was kinda ass, in the end it didn't matter because like SDM Tigres, they could never do much with their superior teamfight team comp because Garen was just on side lane, complete kingdoming the whole shit, honestly. Yeah, I agree. Garen in pro play is sometimes weird, but I think like I think I like the champion like Garen are playable right now, you know, because like if it would be like every game meta, it would be really random. Yeah, we can wait, I can show you. Guys, look, I'm prepared. Do you see draft here? And you see left is Kites Esports and Kakahuta's champion pool is like the second one. Where you see on Garen. He has played Garen twice already, and you see like he has set there too. And they said Joanne, you know, so I would say Kakahuta's champion pool is like a bit more, I don't want to say controversial, but like it's definitely a bit of a different champion pool. You don't usually see those champions, so... Kakahuta also gets the MVP here. Wait, I have to show you. He gets MVP here. I think definitely completely deserved from the Garen. He did so much. He like, it's not like that he really finished the game or anything, but he just, how do you say? He just kept the game going for long enough. You know, like he kept the game long enough, and also like in the fight where at the Nash where like SDM Tigres for whatever reason tried to 4v5 against net, you know, against like Kites there. It was him who killed Fatorix. It was him pressured Fatorix into flashing. If he's not coming there into the flank, then Fatorix has never to flash there. And if Fatorix would not flash at the Nash there, then they could have won the fight with Dimitri. Because Dimitri was just kind of inting it at the last fight, you know, at the beginning. Dimitri kind of just inted it. And in the end, it didn't matter though, because they got it, you know. They got their position, they won the fight, and with that, we will soon go into the 5th game here, into the last game. We have just listened to 2 versions of Silver Stripes. I really like the new orchestral one. It's like a giga banger, it makes me so hyped, but the old one is like just complete classic, you know. How could you even play League of Legends without it? Besides that, I have another banger here for us that we always play when the draft is coming, because they have already changed. Yeah, we are going into a draft. And with that, hello and welcome to Game 5 territory. This is the potential reverse sweep from Kites Esports. If they win this, they have officially reverse sweep SDM Tigres. It would be a complete banger. It would be the first reverse sweep in LATAM, this split. LRS and LRN, so really nice. Kites here on the first pick, by the way. They're securing themselves with Hawaii. Usually would say Hawaii is not a crazy first pick. Yes, but it's IYBC's favorite champion. So first picking it, or maybe it's not his favorite champion, but it's definitely like top 3. So first picking Hawaii here definitely makes sense. I think it is definitely good. And we see there's a change. There's a change happening. Look at SDM Tigres top lane. They have Putin himself from Russia. Guatemala, I mean, on the top lane. He is there. He's ready. And I think he's a really good player, so makes sense to see him here. Was kind of confused why they had Stella in the first place. So, also Xinjiao now secured. Considering how many junglers are still banned, I think, or like are banned now, I think Xinjiao is a perfect pick now. Now we're like 8 junglers are gone, I think, like, at least in banned, Xinjiao, perfect pick. Aurora is now secured for Deadly against Hawaii. I think it's a good pick here. Definitely. But like in a game 5 like this with that many champions out, it is a lot about comfort, you know, it is a lot about mindset. So, who carry map 3? Who carried? Who carried on game 3? Jax? Yeah. It's so far away. I'm always like living in the moment in this series. I can't remember. I think IYBC got MVP if I'm not wrong. But I'm not sure. Let's see. We have now Trundle and Maokai secured. Trundle theoretically could flex pick him on top lane or support, but Maokai much more likely to be support, and Dimitri being on the Trundle in the jungle. Trundle is really good against, or like not really good, but it's definitely a strong pick against Xinjiao because you can just beat him 1v1. So now we see also Camille Hava. Camille Hava would be a strong statement here for SDM Tigres. Really like it. Finally, this champion is coming in. I think both supports are not confident on it, so it might just be a bit rough, honestly. SDM Tigres is definitely an S tier champion, but can VOCFX really play it? Hawaii is weak as fuck, yeah, but IYBC is really good on it. And like, you know, with considering how many champions are banned, like gone out already, with Rise Syndra banned, you know, I think it's definitely still a good pick. It is, you know, I'm not saying it's like crazy pick or anything, but I would believe, him that he can pull it off. So let's see what is continuing to pick. We see Setban now. Setban is another champion that Kakahuto really likes to play. It is one of these champions that is a bit it's like the Garen, you know, it's a bit tricky. It's not like this champion is broken or anything, but it's a champion that we rarely see. So this is always giving yourself an advantage. If you're familiar with a champion, but your opponent not, then this gives you obviously a slight advantage, especially now there's so many of the meta champions that everyone is feeling comfortable on are banned. So it is maybe probably a bit harder to find answers here. Vayne is theoretically still open, by the way. I think especially for Kites, you know, if Kakahuto is playing it, it could be a really strong pick. No, I think Kakahuto is not known for his main. You know, it would be a first. But I definitely would also not be surprised. Could be a really strong pick here. Caitlyn, Corki now banned Jin. A lot of AD carries are gone as well now. It will be interesting to see what both teams find as AD carry. We have seen, for example, Latam AD carry Strange in the CB LOL has picked Nafiri AD carry. Nafiri is obviously banned now, so that's just something that cannot happen. But what I wanted to make, but the point that I want to make is that there are a lot more champions viable on bot lane than it may seem. Kai'Sa would be probably one of the best AD carries that is still available, considering the bans and stuff. I think Ashe is also still available, but I would really not like Ashe here. Varus, Varus I could like. Draven would be banger too. If they... Draven Maokai could be actually kinda banger. I think Inoribi? Yeah, he pulls it in. Holy shit, I like it. Really, really nice pick here from Inoribi. It is obviously a bit ballsy. You know, you could just go completely 0-10 again. But, you know, if not now, whenever, you know? If not now, it's the moment to just show that you're a crazy motherfucker, then I don't know when. Give me Inoribi here on the Draven. Let's see what they pick for top lane, or if there's... Oh, yeah. Swain would be crazy here. No, yes! Oh my god, this is crazy stuff. I love kites here. Honestly, really nice. I like the Swain a lot. I like the Draven a lot. This is kind of high. Let's see what the other side is picking. SDM Tigres, they're not weak though. Yeah. Okay. Shit. Okay, let's see what the Tigres find as an answer. I think this is a really hard matchup, it will be really hard for them to find an answer into the Swain. But Gwen could and might work. It is picked. I like the Gwen. I think if you play like really crazy on Gwen, like if Putin is like crazy cracked on it, then he might just completely Goomba Storm Kakahuta on the Swain. But what if it's Swain support, guys? Wait, what is this? Maokai top lane, but Maokai top lane must be so horrible against Swain. No, it's honestly kind of okay, but it's honestly kind of horrible. Let's see. A lot of mixed results here in the chat. Who's winning this draft? I cannot if you put a gun to my head, I can I don't know, guys. What do I say? I'm just dead. This is really hard to read right now. I think we have a lot of picks that are unusually. We see a Swain, we see Draven, we see a Vi, we see Gwen, I think Tigres, they have more meta champions. If we just want to say who has more meta champions, then SDM Tigres, they win. They have more meta champions, but I don't think that in the game 5, it's also like, how are they put together? I think on the damage potential, I want to agree. Kites, they have a lot of damage, actually. Like, champions like Draven does a lot of damage. Vi actually also did a lot of damage. It is not as crazy burst damage, but over time he will deal a lot of damage. And I think with champions like Maokai, Swain, you can already make sure that you have like a lot of that you can delay enemies' rotation stuff. I think Ninja Ultimate could be crazy useful. I've saved Same, I think, for Gwen W. I think especially for the top lane matchup, if Putin uses his W, okay. If Putin uses his W on Gwen, crazy, then he can completely negate any damage from the Swain ultimate and still hit Swain. So, Putin could completely go 1v9 on the top lane matchup, but it could also be that Kakahuta is just completely going crazy with it too. So, it is like a really, really crazy game. On the other side, we have Camille. I think Maokai is a nice answer against Camille, actually. I think this is great playable. It can make, especially okay, let's consider this. Both supports did not want to pick Camille. Camille was also not banned in a singular game so far. So what I read out of this is that both supports, they are role swapped, by the way. Both supports are for relatively recently role swapped. So I would argue that probably both supports are not really comfortable on the Camille. So yes, Virus FX has the Camille, but he's not a support main in recent time. He was AD carry main. As much as 3 weeks ago, he was still playing AD carry. So, there's definitely a lot of potential. You know? For Virus FX to not be comfortable on the Camille. And on the other side, Adler, obviously, yes, he has also role swap to support. But you know from what role Adler role swapped? From jungle. Did you know what champion is viable in jungle? For like a lot of years, Maokai. He was even meta for like some years. So I'm pretty sure Adler has played this champion in his life a lot of times. So he should be confident on it. Also, like, I think, like, Maokai is definitely easier to play than Camille anyways from the beginning of it. So we could also just see complete support diff. So let's see how this game goes. We see on mid lane already, and not, like, you know, Deadly is already showing us why he is usually not meta that much. Out-trading. Deadly is out-trading here. IYBC completely. On the rune pages, we don't see anything crazy. Everything is fine so far. And this game is really, really hard to predict. It's hype too. I'm really, really happy to see. It will be complete turbo banger. But so far, you know, it's only minute 2. It's kind of chilling. We see Zinzhao has cleared his bot side. It's reset it for a long shot. And to go top side now. You know. I'm not sure if Inoribi can get immediately a kill with like help of jungle, you know, but they could find anything. Like the damage is already crazy. On the other side, we see IYBC on mid lane is like dropping a lot of HP. He's like having a really, really rough lane right now. He can still get the minions, so this is good. And he also has teleport, so it is like, it will be seen at one point if I will have reached a break point where he can just one-shot the minion wave, and then the game will be a lot easier for him. But he has to still reach this point, you know. He still has to reach this point, so let's see. Bot scuttle is now secured by Dimitri. Top scuttle will be probably secured by Martas without any contestation. And let's see. Dimitri is now bot side. He's still looking. Going in here. Virus FX, he's getting out of it for now, but he probably has to use his flash. Uses it, is getting out. Dimitri is still chasing though, but he has no follow-up, so nothing really he can do. But already a bit rough here. Losing the flash on Camille is very dangerous now, especially considering that Adler still has X-Flash. So Adler could like just find windows into this. Like this could be like, you know, Versifix also has no like no cosmic insight, you know, so his flash is like on the full 5-minute cooldown. So there might just be a world where he just get fucked, honestly, in the next 5 minutes. On mid lane we have seen a Primera Sangre though for Deadly again. IYBC just dying here. And it's I think a lot of people in chat will say like, ha, I have said it, you know, the Y Giga week, but I think it is not the first time that IYBC just died off screen in a 1v1 isolated. So considering that, it might be just a player gap here right now. Deadly, one of the best mid laners in the league, I think, like on his highs. Not always, you know, I think on his lows, he's also like, you know, he's a very aggressive player, you know, he can like also intergame, but on his highs, he's looking really strong, so. But so far, Sweet Sword is right. And Sai starts dying already very early here. In a 1v1 also. Still has flashed also, has not used his flash in this situation. Kinda interesting to see. Let's see how the game continues though. I'm not sure if we should be able to see Swain stacks. Because Swain can stack and get obviously the mid lane wall, but oh no. Did he just flashing forward, killing him? Aye. What a damage calculation here. Honestly, it shows more how confident Deadly is than, you know, IYBC just got one-tapped, honestly. Like, and he probably didn't expect Aurora to do that much damage, but Deadly was just very confident in it, and his confidence was being rewarded. And also, still Kite's looking for the first dragon here. and kind of looks uncontestable now, but they're still looking for IYBC. He still has flash, probably has to use it now, uses it now. Adler is tanking a lot here. Aurora ultimate is coming in, but there is the first cash out for InnoDB. He's still looking for more. He can look more. The Exhaust will be once a double kill. It could be a triple kill. The tech would be enough. He's flashing forward, but he lost vision. Oh my god, it would be nearly a triple kill if there would be vision earlier. Ay caramba, InnoDB only gets a double kill, but still an important double kill, I want to say. In the end, it's like quite a fine trade here for the Tigres. It's not the end of the world, but like I want to see how much gold Draven has now, because he could be a really, really big threat right now. Let's see. Fatorix finds Dimitri here. I mean, Dimitri finds Fatorix, but I'm not sure if Dimitri wants to fight this. I mean, he still looks, you know, you just want to annoy him, cancel his backport again. And now let's see. Draven already, like, you know, already his item head now also has complete lane control, so let's see how he does. Has already in, like, a BF and an infinite, like, yeah, not infinite. That would be crazy. He has a BF and a Dirk, you know? Serrated Dirk. So, like, his damage must be crazy. I want to see bot lane. But there are a lot of pings going out on him. He's alone right now. His support is mid lane and they know it. Uh-oh. InnoDB has no flash right now. He could be immediately dying. Camera, observer. Look at him. Okay, my guy, he's one-shotting him. No way, Virusavix is just dying, but it won't matter. The shutdown will be secured by Fatorix. InnoDB damage is crazy. At least again, he gets a cash out before he dies, you know? So it's not too bad for InnoDB, but again, he's not really respecting his weak side. Getting taken out here. Also not really getting much gold out of it. Yes, he's getting his passive cash out before he dies, but you have to consider that he had not much gold in his pocket to begin with. Now we see here. Ultimates are used. IYBC losing a lot of damage, or like a lot of HP. Fighting back, Virusavix dropping low, but in the end, it is not enough. In the end, it will not be enough. The game stays even. There's a slight gold hit right now for the Tigres. It is interesting because especially Fatorix, you know, like while InnoDB had like a flashy play, Fatorix got all the kills, you know, without playing, so much better for him right now. I mean, he's still a bit gold behind, but considering Draven got like 2 cash outs, you know, with Kakahute now will be dived here. He has his ultimate, but no mana, uses his flash, but doesn't really matter, just gets put out. And here you already saw what Putin can do, you know? Putin just used his W in a way where he got 0 damage by Kakahute, even though Kakahute ulted. So this is really strong. So let's see. Botlane still a lot of priority here. Plating is going into the pocket of InnoDB. It's also isolated pockets, and we see, like, you know, there's kind of like Adler's kind of camping, so let's see. Let's see. Dimitri is securing here. Botlane cannot really find anything more. Gold lead is right now for the side of SDM Tigres, but it's only so little. I think the top lane gold lead could be, you know, the thing is, like, I like the Swain, you know, but the Gwen counter pick is like working charm Putin here, doing so much work here, and I think, like, if he is getting on this trajectory, I think the side lane could be unplayable for Swain. Because if Swain is in a point where he cannot contest the Gwen can just run him down every single time. So, like Kakahute's last time was crazy on the side lane and was holding his team alive in the game basically the whole time. I think this game, it could be basically unplayable, and he is like in an exact opposite position against this Putin. Let's see. Grabs are now secured. I think grabs are usually not an important objective because they're not really doing anything much for you. You know, they're not giving you much gold. They're not giving you much anything. But considering how strong Gwen already is, I think she can use this a lot, you know. It could be a really important objective. Already the first use. Now we see Putin, he just doesn't care here about what Kakahut is doing. Now they even look to dive him, and it works out like a charm. Dimitri, though, runs down Putin here. He's healing back, but in the end it won't matter. But Deadly still is on him, still looking for him. Looks deeper. Has no ultimate, though. I mean, has spirit. Actually, he has ultimate. He will look for it. Dimitri is flashing, but so is Deadly Mark, and another kill secured for him. Secures the second one. On bot lane, we see Noribi gets the kill as well, so it is a back and forth, definitely. But in the end, all over the place. Still, Tides getting more out of it. Because bot lane is also getting anything, and if that is not an entertaining game, I don't know what is. You know, this is such a back and forth here. Both teams, they're not giving each other anything here, and now Draven is putting out his lead. Not a cash out here was really important for him, because Fatalik so far, he was keeping up with him, also having first item before Draven, but now he died, and it's not just a cashback, like a cash out for the Draven, but it's also it is a shutdown for the Draven, because the Killings had a shutdown on his head, like 300 gold extra. So the Draven now has a ginormous lead, bought the first item, just, you know, he actually had already the giant sword, the BF and the Dirk, he already had in his inventory. So by this bot lane play here, he got the item, you know? He just got an entire item out of this. Look how much gold he got here. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Qué bonito el dive de parte de Kids. Con esto hay que tener mucha precaución. Ya tiene sanguinaria. Sigue con el espadón y con el puñal cerrado. Abre el cast esperando. Podría llevar un agarre de la naturaleza. Dimitri se suma al enfrentamiento.
And we see now. We see a fight here around the dragon, but it is like really hard. Yes, Matas, you know, he's not dying to Draven because of the ultimate, but in the end it will be he's just carrying it! Oh my god, he will go 1v9! He will do it! Is it real? Inori after struggling the whole series, I wanna say, he finally comes into this game and just says, no, I am done losing, I'm starting winning, and Fatorix here, he is under the turret, gets immediately dove here. Draven won't get a kill, but in the end it doesn't matter. And like, the gold lead is not that crazy at only 3k, but it's only be holy shit, there's like, if the stats come up, I think he has like 4k gold on his head, you know? He must be so far ahead here in this game. It is crazy. I think he will get like next item already. He will be 2 item in 12 minutes, at like 30 minutes. Watch him go base and buy next item. Watch overlay. No, he didn't get it? For real? Oh my god, he's not having Infinity Edge yet. Wow, what a disaster. For the Draven, not having Infinity Edge in minute 13. Kinda bad from him. He should be better, honestly. We see though, on the other side, you know, Putin here, he still is in a strong position. He could maybe just turn the game around, but now he's under pressure first. A lot of members of this Kites roster are putting their attention on him now, and he has to run away. He gets his W now. Gwenesi Moon is avoiding a lot of damage here. The ultimate of Draven, it's not yet there on cooldown, so Putin survives it, but he's still losing the turret and stuff. So really heavy. On the other side, Adlercast is now getting engaged on, will be dead here. But the question is just, can they maybe bounce back here? Now they're sending it on Inori, but they cannot really kill him. He's just too fucking fat. And with that, Kites, they just put the Tigres into the dirt. Inori finds another one. Importantly here, not all his work, but it was so hard to already take him down. His lifesteal is already doing so much work. And SDM Tigres super team that they just built 2 weeks ago is apparently no match for the late game, for the like Kites roster, you know, they started into the split so bad, you know, they're always like, they lost their first series all, you know, they look like maybe they cannot do it, and then slowly but surely they're rising to the expectations. And I think the series against Fuego was already kinda, like, 2 games, they played, like, quite close, you know, they still got, like, kinda dogwork by the Fuego roster, but at least it looked like they had a chance. And, the first 2 games going to the SDM Tigres side, and it kind of looked like Kites had no, like, you know, it was a bit of back and forth. Actually, I want to take it back. If I remember correctly, yes, Kites, they didn't play well the first 2 games, but it was also like not like SDM Tigres stomped them. That was like a back and forth, honestly. So definitely Kites showing a strong sign of life here in this last game. Having the mental advantage against like a veteran team here, by the way. Like every single player, besides Deadly, of this SDM Tigres roster is a tier 2 veteran, by the way. So, Inoribi, holy shit, the man of the hour. He really took like 5 games to go to, to start the engine, but now the engine is completely roaring, 12 cylinders minimum here for this Draven. And we see, like, they're already, like, look what they're doing. They're just pressuring this mid lane turret in the 15-minute mark. They can just run under it. They can just run under the turret. They don't care, they just run under it and do so much. I really like to see that. And let's see. I think like this lead is already really tough for SDM Tigres to bounce back. I don't want to count him out yet. We still have players like Putin, like Deadly Mark that are still really strong into the game. They're not weak themselves either. So there's definitely still some chances for them to get back. Especially because his shutdown is slowly growing. But again, they cannot really find him. Virus doing dropping a lot of low, but he's still alive now. Will be killed here by Kakahute. Inoribi has to run away, but the fight will be over here. No way, he cannot carry it. His team is just sending it anyways. Kakahute gets one in return here. Assassinatum double for him, but in the end, the fight is won by the Tigres. We're going into a pause. For Kites, it's not that bad because they're getting mid lane turret. It's not the end of the world. They're also getting the objective, so it's, again, for Kites, it's not the end of the world, but it's exactly what I mean. This roster here, it is not over yet. We're going into a replay here. They're sending it not on Draven, and I thought, oh, they're not getting Inoribi, so the fight is over. But Inoribi, he cannot hit anyone. Gwen is immune. Oh my god, Gwen was immune, and Sinja was also immune. Oh, no way, no way, no way, no way. And then Kakahute is like, I think just over-aggression here. We see like the call like mid lane is missing here from Johnny Bad TV, but I think like you don't have to do the objective if your team isn't there, It's not like it is not IYBC's fault that his team is inting. You can say, yeah, but he could be faster. Yeah, you could be faster. But like maybe we have pause. I can just go back in the past, right? Like, what was IYBC? Look where IYBC is. Wait. We have to go back again. Like, look where IYBC is. He is bot lane, bro. He is bot lane. So it's like, it's not even like his fault that his team just starts doing it without him being there. And I can say, yeah, yes, teleport and dies, das, ananas. But like, it is not that easy for him to teleport either, because like teleport is basically you're showing on the map, yeah, here I will be here in 5 seconds. And then like champions like Kaiser, like Camille, like Zinja, they can just trap you and kill you immediately. So I think like it's not IYBC's fault here, honestly, that Kites loses this fight. I think it's just Kites, they're starting an objective they should not have started, honestly. I think they just trusted Inoribi to carry this. And I can understand why you would trust him, because he is like really strong. He is like the carrier of your team. But in the end, he could not attack. He could not attack Putin because of W, and he could not attack Matas either because of ultimate. And like, funnily enough, even Virus FX, he could auto-attack, but then Virus FX ulted, and so he was like 1 second, like just also damaging move. So they couldn't even damage Virus FX, so you could like flash out of range of Inoribi and then, get killed in the end anyways by Swain, but still kind of strong showing. Yeah. The only issue is that they have 2 champions that block range auto attacks. And I think I agree with that. This is like, Inoribi can really carry this game. Like, he can really hard carry this game. But the Tigres, they have the right champions to still win this game. So, We have to see how it goes, honestly. For now, we have a pause, Latam pause. So, thank you, Momo. I will, I cast Latam leagues like LRN, LRS, and I also cast Brazilian Tier 2 playoffs whenever I have time. You know, if Brazilian players are like at same day as Latam players, I will always cast Latam. Like for example, today was also like Brazilian playoffs games, but I just decided no, I don't like. I could have theoretically, because like Brazilian had like 2 series today, but I could theoretically have catched at least one of them. Then I thought, yeah, but in the worst case, I'm casting 8 games back to back in like 10 hours. You know. I'm sitting here 10 hours streaming, and I thought, nah, I'm not ready for that. Ready or not, we're going back into the game, though. Kites Esports, they just lost the fight, but they're still, gold-wise, it was not completely horrible for them, because they got the Harald, and they also got the meteorite for it. And, importantly enough, Inoribi didn't die here. So, let's see. Game is not over yet, but it still is rough, honestly, for the side of the Tigres. We see the Draven is 3 items, minute 17, by the way. The whole SDM Tigres, everyone has 1 item. Even in his own team, there's only the Trundle with having 2 items. You know, Inori B is like so much ahead of the curve here. Like, you know, like, I would not be wondering if, like, Inori B is just out-attacking Fatalix once, that he would, like, lose half of his HP, honestly. Like, for the Tigres right now, it's like, either you just get Draven out of position and one-shot him, or you're not getting him, you know? And then you have... Oh, Martas is still looking for a steal here. Doesn't get it in the end. SDM Tigres, they might just be overcommitted here. Gwen is going immune. But it kind of doesn't matter. Martas dead. Now the Gwen immunity is gone. And Putin has to run for his life. He's like getting away with it for now. But in the end, it will not matter. Let's see the auto attacks here hitting like a truck. Dominating. Inoribi is now. And SDM Tigres, there's no reason to contest this objective. Just press tab, guys. You're like, the enemy AD carry has 3 items, bro. What are you even doing here? Deadly also nearly dying here. And SDM Tigres, this was important, by the way. I think the fight before was really good from them and secured them a lot of space back into the game, you know. But now, like, look how, but they're losing this turret, and they're also kind of losing a lot of HP, at least on bot turret. I'm not sure if Gakko they can get it, probably not. But, you know, it also getting a lot of damage in. So, yes, by the gold, yeah, okay, they're losing another 1,000. What is another 1,000 mattering? And I think at this moment, yes, the gold, but Kite's getting out of this is, like, completely important. Dimitri, the Mao. Yeah, this is crazy now. SDM Tigres, they just found 1 good fight here, but then immediately they're just throwing it in, outnumbered, honestly, just sending it in for a 3rd dragon. I don't know why, you know, completely clueless a bit looking, you know, sending it into a 3 item Draven that just completely wiped the floor with them. I mean, it's like not just the Draven, you know, the Dimitri on Trundle are also like really strong, you know. Even IYBC is kind of strong right now too. He's obviously not one-shotting anyone like Draven, but he's still doing a lot of damage. It is not just a 5k difference, it is like... I mean, you know, it is also... Like, 5k is not describing how fat this Draven is. I think he would, like... If he, like, really hitting, he's two-shotting the Fatalix. If he's, like, if he, like, X-critting the Fatalix, he's two-shotting him. It's like... Holy shit, honestly. Bro, Fatalix was so close to getting one shot. I know what I mean. Like, just out-attack ultimate. It's cooked. This could be also, by the way, instant Nash here for the side of Kites, because Draven should just melt this objective. Trundle too. Do you see the Draven damage? Holy shit. I mean, it's a Nash fight, you know, so theoretically, maybe SDM Tigres, they can use the fact that there's a Nash debuff. But they're sending it on Adler here. Not sure if this is the correct target. The Nash will probably be secured now. And now the fight is breaking out. Raven ultimate is hitting. Martas will be the first one to fall. Let's see who else they're getting. Putin is also quite out of position here. Valsevex is sending it in, but Patorix is getting two-shotted. No way! INORB doesn't even have to flash in the end. He has to flash away from the Aurora, but in the end, oh! Putin! No way! Assassinato Noble. There is no much to the gold gap is too big. In the end, I think SDM Tigres, if Draven is 3k gold ahead, they win this fight, by the way. if Draven is just completely ahead, then SDM Tigres would have won this fight. But since Draven is like Giga Goomba stupid ahead, it is just not playable. INORB takes them out here. And it is a redemption for him here, honestly. I think the last games he has played really rough, but this game really, like here the combo on the support, really good, Then Martas dies, and here now we see Draven, they're sending in Fatrix, he's getting immediately killed here. Nearly gets him, honestly, but in the end, doesn't matter. And now Putin also, if he just hits a bit more of his Q immediately, if he just flashes immediately, then it would have been so good. But I think Putin thought, I kill him without flash, and then he knows, fuck, I'm not. So I think if Putin, he would have died anyways, and he lost his flash anyways. So I think Putin just have sent it fully. But now you see, like, this Draven, holy shit, bro. It will be so hard to take out anything. And they're pushing in here to make a shot. They want to end it. Kites Esports. They were doubted by the casters. They were doubted by a lot of fans and other pro players I have spoken with. But in the end, it seems like they might as well just make it a quick third one. Last one. Fifth one. And this game is like really complete masterclass here from them. They're just completely ruffle stomping. And this might be already the end of the game. Like, Draven gets no damage from Aurora. He just, his shield completely tanked it. They nearly died here. They could low. Oh my god. This might be the reverse. It might be just happening in front of our eyes in this entire moment. The game is so unplayable already. Now they find a way in. IYBC is dead, but IYBC is not the carry of this game here. Draven, double kill, triple kill. Quadra kill, pentakill stolen by Dimitri, and in the end, it will be enough. Kites Esports, they are getting their game. They're getting the next shot at playoffs, and they're killing this Tigres rosters, putting them out of the playoffs in early access for them. And great performance from INORB. Crazy. Kites Esports, they're bouncing back into the series, and honestly, like, I'm speechless. Like, I'm really speechless. This was crazy. It was crazy. So, that is all I'm saying, So, that being said, that is it for today, I would say. I think, like, if you're, like, thinking about MVP of the series, I think, MVP this game is definitely INORB, but I think MVP of the series should be Dimitri. I think Dimitri had a fantastic series here, doing really well, so not bad at all. So, that being said, our stream will probably end. I'm not sure if they make pause or anything. I'm also thinking about raiding someone, but I'm not following anyone that is crazy cool here right now. Like, I'm following cool people, but I'm not sure if I want to raid them, since they're not necessarily speaking English. I don't want to just put a lot of English-speaking viewers in their chat, and then they're a bit like, oh no. Honestly, fuck it. We are raiding Buki. Buki deserves it. He won his first game. So, I send everyone who is still here to Buki. I hope you had a lot of fun. Thank you for all the people that watched. Thank you for all the nice words. I'm really enjoying casting, so I hope you had fun. That being said, I sent you to Bookie. He doesn't speak English, so I mean, he probably speaks English, but his stream is not English. But maybe drop a Dino Dance, in support, and we will see us in the future. Bye bye.